as many Americans struggle with the burden of student loans. Here with advice on how to stay on top of payments and avoid falling deep into debt. Joining us now is founder and CEO of Summer, a company focused on student loan debt, Will Seeley. Will, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We just heard the story of Nancy Peter. This is heartbreaking. I imagine, though, this is not rare. How common is something like this when someone still owes six figures decades later?
It is an incredibly sad and hard to hear story. The reality is that this is happening to many Americans. Oddly enough, the fastest growing population of student loan borrowers are over the age of 50. I think when people hear student loan borrowers, they hear the word student, they presume these are folks in their 20s. But there are many, many people well into their 60s, 70s, even 80s that owe student loan debt. And it is incredibly challenging when you're trying to retire, having to deal with a bill every month that you still have to pay off.
Yeah, and as we heard in Nancy's story, Americans owe more than $1.7 trillion in debt. The average borrower owes about $40,000. What's your biggest piece of advice for people trying to keep up with their student loans?
My biggest piece of advice is to really do your homework to read the options out there that exist. I think everyone is aware now in the US that the cost of college keeps going up. It's increasing faster than anyone anticipated. That's what's driving the student debt bubble, so to speak. And increasingly, I think people are less aware, though, of all of the options that there are to help. So this was mentioned in the segment, but programs like income-driven repayment tie your monthly payments to your income. The newest program is letting people save if they have under $32,000 of income or less. They qualify for a $0 payment every month, subsidized by the federal government. And these programs can greatly alleviate some of that stress. So my hope is that Nancy could benefit from programs like that if she were to enroll.
You mentioned pay more than the minimum. Why is that? Can you explain that to our viewers?
Yeah, so it's actually not paying more than the minimum per se, but it's actually paying less when you are in a income-driven repayment plan, which is a government program that has been created to alleviate some of that financial burden for individuals who are having trouble making their payment. I'd say if you're a viewer today and you have a payment that you're comfortable making, I encourage you to pay off your loan as quickly as possible. But if you are looking at that monthly bill and say it's $400 and it's creating an undue financial burden on you, it is really stressing you out, an income-driven repayment plan might be a great option.
You mentioned that when you think of students, you think of 20-year-olds, college grads or college kids. 35 to 49-year-olds are the demographic with the most student loan debt. So what should people in that specific age bracket be mindful of?
Yeah, I think beyond these income-driven repayment plans, that demographic might be able to benefit from other options that are out there as well. So there are federal loan forgiveness programs like public service loan forgiveness. So if you've been working at a nonprofit or in a government, whether you're at the state or local level or federal level, you likely qualify to have all of your debt canceled after 10 years of employment. At Summer, we've worked with hundreds of thousands of borrowers to date. We have reached out to millions of employees through 800 employers that we support today, as well as partners. And in that, we're constantly talking to borrowers who are shocked that there are state and federal loan assistance programs that can help them. So if you are in that population, I am in that population as well as a student loan borrower in that age range. I know what it's like. It is stressful beyond belief. You've been paying likely 15 to 20 years. You thought this would be done by now, but there are options out there to help. And there are new programs being created every year that are better than those that existed before. So if you've written those programs off being like, those aren't for me, I encourage you to revisit because they could actually benefit you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.